Welcome everybody, I'm Peter and today I'm going to talk to you about passion. What is it, how can you find it, and why is it so important? I heard several times in my life, and I think you do too, that people tell you to follow your heart, do what you love. If you're doing what you love, you don't have to work a day in your life. And I found this very disturbing because I couldn't really imagine or I didn't understand what they meant by it. What does it mean to do what you love? How is it possible to do what you love and make a living out of it? And why even bother? Why is it so important? So after a lot of thinking and a lot of doing, I think that I might find the answer, and that's what I want to share with you today. So first of all, what is passion? Passion means doing something you love. Alright, what does doing something you love mean? It means that while you are doing that certain thing, it gives you energy. It gives you motivation from the inside. It brings you fulfillment. And it also means that no matter how hard things can be, you always keep going, no matter what. And this also means that while you are doing it, it's not that you are doing it for the end goal. You are doing it for the process because you love working in it every day, no matter what. And no matter what the reward is, after 10 or 15 years or after whatever, you will always keep going because you love the process. You love it every day, every minute, every second. From the day that you wake up to the day you're going to bed. You're always constantly thinking about that certain subject. You always want to improve. You always want to learn. You always want to explore on how you can become better at it and maybe become the best at it. So why bother? Why doing all this work? Why putting all those effort in? Well, because like I said in my previous episode, that I believe at least that we should live the best possible life and become the best possible version of ourselves. We only live once. Shouldn't we be enjoying it? Shouldn't we be happy? Shouldn't we make the best out of it? Shouldn't we become the best version of ourselves during that one life? And if you agree with me that we should make the best out of it and become the best version of ourselves, then you should also agree with me that this is only achievable if you are putting hours, sweat and tears and energy into this. Otherwise, it wouldn't be possible to become the best. Alright, cool, I agree with you. I also want to become the best version of ourselves. I also want to do what I love. How can I do that? Well, the how is a whole process in itself, but it will be worth it. And when I tell people how they can find their passion, I like to give the example of food. If you want to know which type of food you like, you have to try different things. I think we can all agree on that. So for example, if you are constantly eating vegetables, how can you know if you like fast food? And vice versa, if you're constantly eating fast food, how can you know if you like vegetables or not? The same applies in life. If you're doing medicine for 40 years, how can you not know that you are, or you could become the number one music artist or the number one sport athlete? You don't. In order for you to know that, you have to try it. So try different things like read books on a certain topic, paint things, watch videos, go to events, talk to other people on a certain topic you are always interested in, work at that certain profession for a couple of hours, for a couple of weeks to know if you like it or not. So keep trying, keep tasting of those certain things before you can judge that you like it or not. And you can't really follow that on school. You can't really be taught it. You first have to experience to really know what it is, if you love it or not. What is really important during this process of finding and figuring out what you love is being self-aware, because during this process you are doing a lot of different things, and to keep up with it you also have to have a moment of self-reflection to ask yourself, alright, what did go wrong? What did go right? Why did I love it? Or why did I didn't love it? So in this process you're constantly evaluating, constantly reflecting about if that certain thing fits you or not. And it's not necessary that you find yourself in this process or you find your passion, but you're also creating yourself, also trying to improve each and every day, trying to figure out, alright, does this work for me or not? It's important to know that this process doesn't have a time frame. Some people may take 1 week to find out what their passion is, some people may take 1 month, some people may take a year, some people may take their whole life figuring out what their passion is. And yes, it may take a long time before you find out what it is, but at the end of the day it will be worth it. At the end of the day it will be something you're doing the rest of your life. For me, I would say it took me around 5 years to find out what my passion is. I started at the age of 15 by selling phone cases. After that I had my own barbershop in my own basement, and again after that I did personal training, I gave nutrition and sport advice, and finally after that, and that's what I'm also doing today and what I know that I will always doing for the rest of my life, is being an entrepreneur, doing business but also helping other people starting their own business, and especially around their passion. But in order for me to know that what I'm doing today, that is the thing I'm really passionate about, and that is what I want to do for the rest of my life, I had to try all those different things, all those things that I didn't know I would like or I would love, but I first had to taste them and try them in order to know that what I'm doing now I want to do for the rest of my life. To come back on what I said earlier about helping other people making a business around their passion, you may ask, alright, is this really possible? I would say yes. In the time and the world we are living in, it is possible. Yes, really anything, thanks to the internet and social media. So for example, you like singing. What you do is you start an Instagram page, you record yourself singing and post it 3 times a week. During this process you obviously try to become better at it. After a couple of weeks or month, while you're seeing results, you buy some new equipment. After that you may get noticed and someone tells you, alright, can you play at my event? You do it of course because you love it, and maybe you do it also for free. After a couple of events you get more followers, companies start to notice you, you get some sponsorship deals, and after a couple of weeks or month you get invited by a label company, and now you have a full-time job. Obviously it's easier said than done, but you get the point. Because you're doing what you love, you put in the hours, you put in the work to become better, and obviously people will notice that and pay you for it because you're really good at what you're doing. And this can be done for really anything. For example, riding horses, making paintings, or eating pizzas. Yes, by eating pizza you also can make money. How you do that is simply by taking a lot of pictures, taking nice pictures of you eating pizzas. Maybe try different restaurants, giving a review from each restaurant. It all comes down to bringing value to your audience, showing your journey, give something valuable to them. It may be knowledge, it may be entertainment, and people will notice that and people will follow you. And your following, that's your leverage. That's what companies are paying you for. So for the pizza example, after a while you have a lot of following, some pizza companies can tell you, hey, can you come over to our restaurant, we'll give you a free pizza as long as you are documenting how you're eating the pizza and if you like it or not, and giving your honest opinion about it and making a video and mentioning our name. And that's really how it's done. That's how you make a business around your passion. And of course, you don't have to do social media, it can also be a product or service. Thanks to the internet, this can also be easily done without spending a lot of money at the beginning. The point is that it is possible because the day and age we are living in, and as long as you're putting the hours, you're putting the effort, and you're doing what you love, you will find a way to make it work. And simply after that, the rest will follow. But what is really important here is that you have patience. Because if it was easy, everybody would do it. But it isn't. It is simple, but it isn't easy. You have to have patience. Because if it's taking a lot of time, if it's taking you a lot of energy and effort, and you don't love it, you won't have the patience, you won't wait for it. Because like I said at the beginning, it is a process, it is a journey, it's not an end goal to do what you love. But believe me, it is all worth it. You just have to sacrifice the short term in order for you to live a good, a happy, a fulfilled life on the short term. There is no way around it. No matter what you do, you have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice time and energy in order for you to be fulfilled and happy. There's, again, no way around it. But because you're doing what you love, you'll always keep going, you will always continue, and it doesn't matter for you how long for you to break through. So a guideline for you to know if you're doing what you love or not, ask yourself this question: what do I want to do for the rest of my life for free? And do that. And that was it for today. I hope you found it helpful, I hope you enjoyed it, and it sets you now up to finding out what your passion is. If you still don't know where to look, or maybe you already know what you love but you don't know how to make a business around it, I would love to go in a discussion for you to figuring out how we can make this work. Add me on Instagram, add me on Facebook, and I'd love to talk to you. And hopefully I will see you in the next episode. Cheers.